don't know if that's better. It's a tiny bit better, but it's still not actually properly. Bollocks. I'll have to do. Oh, I'm too tired to fix it. For anyone joining, this is not going to be a debate. I don't think I'm going to get a debate this late at night, to be honest. But I thought I'd give it a go as I'm falling asleep. I'm fucking knackered. Hey, Jeannie, what's going on, gorgeous? Jeannie, are you connected to your fella on TikTok? Did I figure that out right, Jeannie? Do you link to your fella on TikTok? I think you do. You do, okay. Yeah, I saw him. Nice looking fella. So, I wasn't live today because obviously I was out and about, and now I'm done and I'm winding down, and I don't think I've more than 5 minutes in me, to be honest. I got home like about an hour ago. I am glad that I got a couple of things sorted up. I was working on getting a stupid video that captured some stuff that Ash had done. I can't tell this man you said this. We're both gay. Wait, what? That confuses me a little bit. But I finally got that video done about Ash, which took a stupid week to do. That was frustrating to get that actually done. And then on top of that, what else happened? I found out fucking Red Queen is still running her mouth about me, which was a wee bit of a surprise. I'm not really sure what to do with that information. I thought she would have just stopped at this point, but I guess not. Oh, you saw it, Amy. Thank you. Joe Cocker? Which one do you think is Joe Cocker, Keith? Keith, identify the row in the column. Where the fuck are you seeing Joe Cocker? Irish CB. That is not Joe Cocker. That's a fella named Richard Harris. Key. But I see what you're talking about. I could see how you're thinking that could be Cocker. No, that's a... Jesus, you can't call it a... Oh, Gelbell, there's no Irish women because I have opinions on the Irish women that I've shared. I can't get cancelled. I'm not going to jeopardize my feminist card by talking again on the Irish women. I've already made my perspectives on the Irish women made clear. Amy, it's only actors on this one. Jesus Christ, if we were to put up musicians as well, I don't know how we'd get them all on there. I think it's somewhat impressive, though, for such a small, tiny little island. Like 4.5 million people. The fact that we've been able to generate such a contribution to culture. And culture on all different levels, right? Like, we're talking about music and we're talking about acting. Not so much on the painting. We're not very good artists, so we're not. I'm grand, thanks for asking, Trunkle. But where we're not very good necessarily with the painting, we're pretty good with books, which is not all that shocking given the fact that we're halfway decent storytellers. Hey, Sarah, what's going on? Happy St. Paddy's. And I'm trying to think, the Book of Kells was good. Now, when the fuck did you read the Book of Kells? Given the fact that I think they only flip over one page a day in the museum, I highly doubt you got a chance to read the Book of Kells. Does it say intolerable? You arsehat. No, the English are the most intolerable. You know what? Jesus Christ, I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I'd almost say the American white people are the most intolerable white folk around now, which is honestly quite shocking when you think about it. How do we go from everyone hating the Germans, right? The Germans were the worst white folk 70 years ago, right? No competition. Or 80 years ago, no competition. The Germans were the most intolerable white folk around. Then it got handed over to the Brits. And I would argue it has now been taken over by the Americans. Cheesy, you do not only recognize two of these actors. Pierce Brosnan, that's James Bond in the top left-hand corner. Liam Neeson, top right-hand corner. Of course you know who Liam Neeson is, for God's sake. How are you claiming you only know two of these actors? Yeah, I couldn't fit Colomini up there, Key. And to be honest with you, it's not. Yeah, I couldn't fit Colomini up there, Key. And to be honest with you, it's not really. It's not really helping. He's not really like the best looking one of us. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to misrepresent the fact that we're not all totally fucking ugly.
No. I'm
Put Colomini up
surprised.
there.
I'm surprised. Like Irishmen are not as unattractive as I thought that they were.
Well, they're not necessarily attractive. There's a goofy charm in them. So, for example, if you look in the middle row, right? Do you see Chris Dowd second to the left?
Right.
You can't call that an attractive fella.
Wait,
You can
second to the
say
left.
second to the left, middle row. You can't say that's an attractive
Oh,
fella.
yeah, no.
But
Definitely not.
if you saw him talking, you'd fall in love with him. Similar to the fella
No,
beneath him.
he's too old for me.
Jeez, I think that's one. Sorry to break it to you. I think he's 30 in that photo. We age very quickly and prematurely.
Why is
Very
that?
damagingly.
Because you guys stay out of the sun. So you
I
guys aren't getting
cannot
sun
figure
damage.
it out for the life of me. I can't figure it out for the life of me. I know that the Irish women, compared to American women, age poorly, is what I would say. And I've always thought that's due to the fake suntan and or the fact that they like to get as much sun as possible, so they over suntan, I guess.
Hmm.
And cigarettes. I think cigarettes are still more popular
Oh,
in
yeah,
Ireland.
true.
But for the fellas, there's not really a fake tan phenomenon. So I don't know why we age so poorly, but we do age extraordinarily poorly. Like you don't look at an Irish fella and say like he looks young for his age. We always
Yeah.
look a solid 10 or 20 years older.
Y-
Like if you look at Daniel Day-Lewis there in the middle, in the bottom, middle bottom,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that's not a good looking guy.
Well, fuck you. He is in his, I think he's in his mid 20s there.
Oh my goodness. I would
Yeah,
have
like
thought
he is in his, he could
40.
easily be 40 plus. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wonder how Canadians weigh on that scale of aging. Because
I mean, the
I'm,
actors are not a great group to look at, right? John Candy died. Who's the Austin
oh,
Powers actor?
do you know Daryl McCormack?
Daniel McCormick. No. Seven, I'm not going to stop talking about Artemis. And if you're going to come in here and you're going to make comments, if you think you've got an argument, then join and I'll happily talk to you if you'd like. But don't come into the comments giving me orders if you literally don't have an argument to make. No, I don't know him. Who is that?
Oh, Daryl McCormack. He was
Never heard of
in the
him.
movie that was about a male Smex worker, and he hooked up with like an older lady. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was super sweet.
Oh my God.
He,
Wait, is he an Irish actor?
he's Irish and he's black.
And he's black. I love that
I
guy.
know,
Oh my,
I
how
love
did you see
him.
that film?
I
Nobody's seen that film.
I bought it. It was
How
just
did
looked
you
too
see that
sweet.
film?
I have such a big crush on him. Such a big crush
Holy
on him.
God, I never thought anyone else would see that film.
Isn't
Oh,
it a
that's a
sweet film?
cracker. Yeah, what's the name of that film so I could put it up here so people can all watch it?
I absolutely saw that film. Good luck to you, Leo Graham with Emma Thompson. Yeah,
Oh,
Good
I
luck to
saw
you,
that.
Leo Grant. All right, let me write it up
Yeah,
there.
that
I
is,
saw that.
yeah,
Oh,
that is
what
so
about
sweet.
a really popular guy right now is Paul Mescal. He's like getting nominated for all kinds of Oscars
Yeah,
now.
I don't like him,
Oh, okay.
so that's why he didn't make the cut.
Oh, I see.
And he's more feminine look. I don't like the feminine look.
But I mean, he's quite, yeah.
He is,
He's
but
like an
feminine
A-list actor
look.
now. He's an
I
A-list
almost didn't
actor
put
at
up.
this point.
I know, but I almost didn't put up Jonathan Rhys Meyers either. I don't like the femboy look thing. That is very. I don't like the Timothy Chalamet thing going on.
Femboy.
And so
You
I'm
would
not gonna
consider
let
him a femboy?
Jonathan Rhys Meyers.
No, Timothy Chalamet. You'd consider him a femboy?
Are you joking?
Is he a femboy? Wait, what makes a
Wait, what is
femboy?
femboy?
I thought
Femboy. The
femboy
way
was
I'm using the
dresses.
term, just to be clear, the way I'm using the term is that he's a very feminine looking fella. He's not a very masculine looking fella. He doesn't have chiseled features. He doesn't have broad shoulders. He doesn't have traditional masculine features whatsoever. To me, Timothy Chalamet, I have no idea what age he is, but the cunt looks 15.
If he aged a bit, gained a little bit of weight, gained a bit of height, then he would
Meaning
be
if he
my
didn't look
type.
the way he looked. Like, why don't you just add a set of
Yeah,
tits
so
and turn
so
lesbian?
yeah, he's
Like,
29, but you would have no idea. He doesn't look
no way.
29. He
He
looks
looks
about,
15.
yeah, he looks very young. Yeah.
I
Oh
honestly,
shit.
whenever I hear a woman say they're attracted to Timothy Chalamet, I side eye, not only because I question whether or not they're actually interested in masculine men, but they might just be into children. Like Timothy
Oh my
Chalamet
God,
looks
I
like a
had a feeling you
child.
were gonna say that. I
I
had
mean,
a
he looks like a
feeling you were just
child. Does he
about to
not
say
look
that.
like? I'm not very good at like telling ages and stuff, but like he looks like a child to me. So I don't understand that personally.
No,
I don't
that's
understand people
funny,
who'd be attracted to
honestly.
him. Oh, I
Um,
think Bree just identified that she obviously must have fallen in love with him. Sorry, Bree. Bree,
no,
I understand there's lots of women who like him, so it's no judgment. I just
you
don't
know,
get it personally.
you know who I'm also in love with?
Who's
Well,
that?
he's not Irish, actually, he's British. Lewis Hamilton.
Well, why would we bring up a Brit while we're talking about Irish
That's
people,
true.
Tara? That
I'm
just
so
seems
sorry.
so deeply insensitive given
I'm
the title.
sorry.
No, it's all
Do you
right.
know the actor from well, he's been in like the some of the Lord of the Rings, maybe like the remakes. I don't know what they're called, but like the Hobbit ones, and then he was in Waking Ned Divine. I think his name is Nesbitt, last name James Nesbitt or Michael
Oh, the name's familiar.
Nesbitt. Yeah, he played Finn in Waking Ned Divine, and then he was in the
It was a great
um
little film that
the
was.
Hobbit. Yeah, Waking Ned Divine. I really enjoy the Commitments, and then
That's a cracker film.
oh, you don't like that
No,
one?
crackers. No, sorry.
Did
Oh,
you call
Oh,
him a cracker?
I guess that's an Irish term. Cracker means good in Ireland.
Oh,
I thought you
cracker
said
means
crappy.
white person in
Okay.
No,
Canada.
I thought you
you're
said
right. I
crappy
actually
little
didn't think about that. So when Tor is gorgeous, so you would say that Tor is quite a
Aw,
cracker, which
thank
does not sound
you.
very good in America.
in America.
I'm
Okay,
a cracker.
I'll take that. But they didn't seem to like that on that podcast though. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
With
the whatever podcast
yeah,
guys. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
soft little
um,
prats.
speaking of, well, I guess this is kind of well, no, it wasn't a podcast, but it was a live stream. But did you guys hear about what older millennials said today?
No.
No, but oddly enough, I did see him on a podcast for 2 seconds, which not podcast, on a live today, which I rarely see him on live. So it's odd you say he said something today because I just never catch him on a live. What is it he
Yeah,
said?
I made a video about it, so I'll just leave it at that.
Oh no, you can't. It's
And
just
and you
at
know
this
what's
point, I think he
crazy
just does
about
it
it?
for the clicks.
But you know
What's
what's
that?
crazy about it? Christy, the other transphobe, said like that it was absurd that he said that.
Um, I mean,
Oh, sorry, I've just remembered.
yeah, I'm surprised by that to be honest with you, but it's weird because when I was flipping through, he was in the process of saying he does honor pronouns, which is now confusing to be honest with you. but maybe he was in a different part of the conversation. But it must be he was in a different part of the conversation. But it must have been the same live, since I know they were talking about trans people and trans issues during it.
Oh, sorry to change topic, but the actor that was in the same movie with Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell, Barry Keoghan,
Kyogo,
whatever.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
too Irish looking for me to put up here. So he's classic Irish, as in
All right.
really fucking ugly.
All
Wait,
right.
the second first row picture guy. That's Chris O'Dowd.
Okay,
He's
so
a
we got.
comedian.
So let's see if I can do this. Ready? Pierce
Go.
Brosnan.
Well, yeah, hang on.
Brendan
You've already
Gleeson.
fucked up with the bottom right, though, with
Okay,
Richard Harris.
sorry.
But okay, give it
I
a
made
go.
one mistake there, but it does look a lot like Joe Cocker. But
All right, hang on. I'm just looking right now. There's really only two that you could conceivably not get.
okay.
Go for it.
Okay, let's go. Pierce Brosnan, Brendan Gleeson, Michael Fassbender, who looks like me, Colin Farrell.
It's not unfair.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, Liam Neeson, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, Chris O'Dowd, the guy from 50 Shades of Grey. His name is what the fuck is his name?
It's the classic J name. Yeah.
Jamie Dornan. Yeah. Peter O'Toole. No, is that right?
Yeah, it is. That was the one
All
I
right.
was thinking you might not get.
Okay.
All right.
Gabriel Byrne, Kenneth Branagh, Domhnall Gleeson.
Donald.
Sorry. Daniel Day-Lewis, Richard Harris, which I know is apparently okay.
And
Richard
you know
Harris.
who Richard Harris is.
Yes, I know who he is,
Okay,
but it's
yeah.
just like I was thrown off. I thought it was but
No,
because
I
Joe
get it.
Cocker
I get it.
is English, but yeah. And Killian Murphy,
Exactly.
the Oscar winner from
Banks, I agree.
Oppenheimer.
I think that Gabriel Byrne is a gorgeous, shaggable fella. Killian Murphy, on the other hand, what the fuck is going on with his cheekbones and his eyes?
Wait, which one's Gabriel?
Gabriel's in the middle row, far right.
Far right, middle.
Gabriel Byrne. Yeah.
Ooh,
Did you ever
too
hear
old.
of a? You're too young to know this film, I'm guessing, but um, what is the one I'm thinking about, Keith, that has Brad Pitt, Gabriel Byrne? Oh, Legends of the Fall. Have you ever heard of that, Tar?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
I've
sorry.
never heard of that.
94, I
Okay,
believe.
so Legends
Something.
of the Fall, for people who are probably 40 or maybe 35 to 40, 35 to 45, I'd really say, is like a coming of age film that a lot of women had their awakening in because it had just a lot of eye candy in it. And Brad Pitt was in it, and that was sort of arguably, was that before? I think that was before Interview with the Vampire, wasn't it?
Interview with the
I
Vampire
want to say that was
was
94 when that came out.
yeah, I think so. Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, like I would say Legends of the Fall was what established Brad Pitt as a sex
Well,
phenomenon.
he was in Thelma and Louise before
Yeah,
that,
I
but
know, but that was a tiny bit part.
yeah,
I
a
would
bit
say that
part, but
that's what,
definitely
yeah,
sex symbol in that movie. But yeah,
yeah,
but
but it was a tiny bit part. And so I
right.
feel like Legend of the Fall is what really established him as sort of a sex symbol. And in that film, he had two brothers, and Gabriel Byrne was one of them. And who is the other one? I hate him.
Uh, yeah, I'm
Can't
not
remember.
too
He is a
familiar
famous
with it.
actor though. But the
Yeah.
point is, like, call me fucking crazy, and it's probably not unfair to say I'm wrong on this. I thought Gabriel Byrne gave Brad Pitt a run for the money. Like, I thought Gabriel Byrne was gorgeous fucking that film. He's just got a lot of charm, a lot of strength, a lot of masculinity.
I don't
Very
find
strong
Brad Pitt
character.
attractive.
Well, that's just stupid now. How
Not,
can
no,
you
it's
say
not.
Brad Pitt's not attractive?
Like, no, I'm just not attracted to him. Do you know? Well, there's so many different people that I find attractive, but that's not the point.
He's talking about Aiden Quinn from.
Well, there's so many different people that I find attractive, but that's not the point.
He's talking about Aiden Quinn from that movie or someone
Thank
else.
you.
Oh,
Aiden
Aiden
Quinn.
Quinn. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Aiden Quinn's in it as well, also gorgeous.
All right. That was his brother in the movie?
Yeah.
All right.
I love Interview with a Vampire. Yeah, Interview with a Vampire was amazing as well. Interview with a Vampire was amazing as well. Uh, God, that had some fucking cast as well back in the day.
Yeah, that was like Brad
Interview with a Vampire was amazing as well.
Pitt. That was Brad Pitt
Now I'd
and
be
Tom
curious
Cruise.
if you could tell me what's the most famous film of any of each of these people.
Okay. Pierce Brosnan.
You can
Probably
just say James Bond, I think.
just say James Bond. Okay.
I mean, arguably,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
it's
No.
probably the Halle Berry one, where
Oh,
the world is not enough, is it?
yeah. I think that. Yeah, he was in that. Yeah.
Or
It's
GoldenEye, they did have that giant video game based off of it.
yeah, yeah. It's one of the James Bond. So for Brendan Gleeson, probably
It's tough to say when you're saying what the best film is, because if we're saying the biggest moneymaker and most
in Bruges.
notable,
In
it's
Bruges.
Braveheart. It's got to be Braveheart.
For Brendan Gleeson.
He's Hamish. He's Mel Gibson's best friend in it.
Well, like the movie that I probably like, it's either like the probably like the newest, not the newest, but like the ones that he made with Colin Farrell. Like the
The
wasn't
one
Colin
he
Farrell in
made
that
on
one
the
too?
yeah, the one that he did on the island
The
was very
Inisherin,
fucking charming.
something
Oh,
Inisherin.
Inisherin, was it?
Yeah, the something of Inisherin.
Oh, Bex, that is literally my favorite Pierce Brosnan film. The soundtrack for Thomas Crown Affair is just absolutely magical.
So
There's
for
a there's a pure musical instrumental piece on that soundtrack that I listen to all the time. It just makes you feel like you're flying or something.
so for me, I don't know if this is the correct choice, but Inglorious Bastards is probably the one that I remember Fassbender from.
I'd
But I don't know.
agree. I think he's been a bigger star in other films,
Yeah,
but that is the one that I associate
he
with him
wasn't
as
in the
well.
movie very long. Like he was in where they were like planning it, and then he was in the scene where like they were in the basement with that big scene. But I think that was about it, right?
He had that scene because was actually born in Germany.
Yeah,
Thanks, Bex. He was born in Germany, and his father is German, and so he grew up learning German, which is why he was given that specific scene because he speaks pretty fluent
right.
German at this point.
That's funny because like he said something a way that
Tree,
they
number
didn't
three.
yeah, that they didn't like, and then they're
Oh,
like,
Atlantic, I'm sorry to hear that.
but yeah, uh,
Colin Farrell.
um, what's
Miami
that movie?
Vice was very big. Phone Booth was like his film. I feel
Wasn't
like the
there
one he did with Tom Cruise is probably the biggest one.
something that's not a popular
The
movie. The Lobster.
Lobster. I don't
Yeah,
think hardly anyone saw it, to be honest with you.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
Ernesto, I
think.
don't know why I think of Phone Booth straight away as well. I feel like he's been in bigger films, but that's the one that sticks out to me as well, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, my favorite film is In Bruges, far and
Yeah,
away.
it's
But
yeah
it's
in
certainly
Bruges.
not his most popular. It's not like most people even know it.
Well, like probably
Daredevil, Ernesto, that's
and
just
then again with the Inisherin thing too with him. But that's because
yeah. I
they
didn't
were
love
both
his role in it. He just played an idiot. So like
yeah
I didn't love that role.
yeah.
All right, Liam Nielsen.
Well, it's got to be Taken. I mean, I don't. He's like or Schindler's List. That's like you know
Well, yeah. Oddly enough, I've got a wee bit of a bias. Peter
Love Actually.
O'Toole and him are going to be in the same one, and
Hmm.
it's going to be a film called High Spirits, which is
Oh
about a
yeah,
bunch of Americans coming
it's
over
from
to
the '80s,
Ireland
I
and
think.
visiting. Yeah,
Yeah
with Stephen Guttenberg,
yeah.
and a bunch of Americans come to visit a haunted castle in Ireland, and it's just
Wow.
so fucking charming.
Irish, did you want to be an actor when you grew up?
Yeah, I think I've said that a bunch. That was
Oh,
my
I didn't know
life
that.
goal. My backup goal was politician, and then my third goal was lawyer.
Oh, okay. Also,
Yeah,
happy
if I
birthday, by the way. I'm just realizing that through the comments.
thank you. Yeah, no, I always wanted to be a performer for sure. It's just
I
that I took an actual acting class and I got a B minus, and I was like, okay, not for me.
I really can't give you a Jonathan Rhys Meyers movie. I don't know. Like I know he was in like some series about Elvis, I think, and then he was like on a show.
I don't even like him. I put him up there to get 15 people up there, so I think we can pass on him. Fuck him.
All right, Chris O'Dowd. Like obviously I know him from the show. Like I T Crowd, but then like
I
you know
loved him in
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought he was great in
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Um, and then 50 Shades of his. Yeah.
I know that's the only one I know on this list.
Oh,
List.
Belfast. He was. Did you see that one? I'm sure you must have
You're
seen it,
talking
right?
about Kenneth Branagh?
No. Jamie Dornan, Belfast.
Oh,
Isn't
was
he
he
in
in
that?
it? Oh, I
Yep.
didn't know that.
But I don't know if he had. I think he had like one of the starring roles in it. But
Okay.
um, Peter O'Toole. Um, I think he was like. Was he Lawrence of Arabia or was that somebody else?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he was. Okay. All right. Wasn't sure on that. Then he was like in some movie from the 80s. That wouldn't be his best movie, but it was like Creator or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Going to Arabia for Peter O'Toole.
He just
Yeah.
everyone needs to watch the film High Spirits. It's so fucking charming. And Peter O'Toole just plays the best drunk I've ever seen.
Gabriel Byrne.
Gabriel?
Sorry, Gabriel.
Okay.
Bebop.
A lot of extra syllables in there.
Gabriel. 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 Like,
Gabriel.
give me one movie he was in. I don't know. Like, do you know?
Stigmata is the one that stands out to me. The one that's probably the
Yeah.
most famous, obviously, is the one.
Oh, wait a minute. The Usual Suspects.
Yeah, Usual
Okay,
Suspects
there we go.
is
Yeah,
almost
I'm trying to
certainly his
remember.
most famous.
There you go. There you go. Uh,
But
Branagh.
he was even more famous for a film before that. It's just no one really knows it. It's called Miller's Crossing.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of it, but not really. Don't have much memory of it. But it's
Yeah, it's cracker. It's very good. All right, Kenneth Branagh. If you say the Wild Wild West, I'm dropping you.
no, it's not. That wasn't even in my consider. I wasn't even thinking of that. Let's see.
Thanks, Kiss Kiss. What the fuck?
Wait a minute. Peter. I think there was. Okay, yeah, he was in a movie called Peter's Friends. You remember that one?
Haven't heard of that one.
It was like with Hugh Laurie and a bunch of other people. I forget who else, but basically they like went. Oh, and what's his name? Stephen Fry. So he
Was
played
it a
like
comedy?
yeah, he played a gay man. Well, he's
Oh,
gay
okay.
in real life, but he like was like coming out to his friends or something. I wasn't. I don't remember the exact thing, but I mean, I'm probably a lot of people wouldn't say that movie for Branagh, but wasn't he like in a Shakespeare movie or something?
Hamlet, yeah.
Oh yeah, Hamlet. Yeah, that.
That would be the one I would pick.
I don't remember like something else he was in.
Donald Gleason.
Okay, Don. Is
He
he
was
not?
in
Yeah.
all the Harry Potters, but I don't really give a fuck about Harry Potter. He also was in the newest Star Wars, but the one that for me makes me cry every time is About Time. One of the
Um,
best. I don't know if I want to call it a romantic comedy,
yeah.
because there is a lot of male bonding in there that's completely independent of the romance, but it's one of the sweetest goddamn movies I've ever seen.
His father is the Dom, Brendan, right? No.
Yeah, his
Oh,
dad
it is.
is
Yeah. Okay.
just for if people don't know this, if you look in the second column to the left, the fella on the top with the big white beard, that's Brendan Gleeson. He played the best friend in Braveheart, Hamish, and his son is the fella in the bottom, right below him with the red hair and the red beard and the suit on. They don't look alike, but they are directly father son.
Has Brendan Gleeson always looked like that, or is it just like as he
He's
gets
always
older?
been a very ugly man.
Okay.
It's just
All right.
again genetics.
Wait, the redhead? You think the redhead's ugly?
No, the redhead's pretty ugly. He can just look distinguished,
Wait,
but he is pretty ugly.
what? That's like my type
Let
on
me
the
show you
board.
what he looks like. Hang on.
I thought he was blonde at first, but no,
I've never really watched Harry Potter, so I wouldn't know what that is. Though, sorry. Harry Potter is like written by a transphobe, so I don't really.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She
I'm
came
not.
out as a transphobe years after Harry Potter, though, which was like super upsetting to a lot of like her LGBTQ fans.
And I think there's a lot of like anti-Semitism in that movie too, but
Oh,
like
really?
subtle anti. It's like, yeah.
Are we
Interesting.
talking about the accountants again?
What? No, no, the Harry
That
Potter.
is the anti-Semitic trope.
Oh, no, oh, you mean the character, the accountant in Harry Potter you're talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh, him?
yeah, that's the same guy.
No, I'd do it. I'd hit that.
Beards are really important.
And what
Wait,
does we give
wait,
the most bang for a buck mean?
that was the same guy. That's
Many
Domhnall?
different.
Domhnall?
Yeah, that's Donald Gleason.
Really?
Yeah.
Really looks totally different.
Well, how he looks in his regular life to me is the most charming. Hang on.
No, I'd do it.
Well, he's rich, so I don't know what that means. But
I was just talking about physical
oh,
appearance, but
okay.
yeah,
All right.
he's not a bad looking guy. I mean, being rich doesn't like hurt either.
I don't know if he's like loaded though. To be fair, like he's done like Ex Machina and a couple of other films, but I don't think he got paid big on them. So like
Well, I mean,
he's got a few million, but I don't
his
even know
dad
if
is
he has
quite
10.
loaded, so yeah.
So that's what he kind of looks
I
like.
like him.
Yeah, when he's in his more relaxed look, I think he looks more attractive.
I love blue eyes. Blue eyes are like what I'm.
So you would be
most
into Ed.
attracted to.
Based on that, you'd be into Ed Sheeran or no?
No, Ed Sheeran. What the fuck?
No, just because I like blue eyes
Just because
doesn't
they're
mean I like
redhead doesn't make
everybody.
them similar looking. What the
Sorry.
hell, man? Ed Sheeran looks fucking ugly as hell, man.
Okay.
Sorry. That's just
I
shocking.
am so fucking pissed.
Yeah, sure. Come up here cursing and risk another account. That seems like a good way to get it out
My
of
God,
you.
I am so freaking pissed.
It's been driving everyone nuts.
What happened? What'd you get banned for, Atlantic?
Because the two last guests walked right into the point because it was disingenuous. It started the one that I dropped started reporting.
Oh God, I hate when that
I
happens.
asked him this question, right? This analogy. Because one of my first prompt is all men, right?
I saw that.
I asked them, there's a box of chocolate that has 10 pieces of chocolate, and 3 of them contain a lethal poison. Would you eat out of that chocolate box?
What type of chocolate is it?
I don't know.
Ira, shut up.
Doesn't matter.
I've got very low impulse control when it comes to dark chocolate.
Ew.
I love dark
Ooh,
chocolate.
you.
What do you
That
mean,
shit is
ew?
bitter.
No, it's not. The Swiss one isn't. The Lindt one is, but the Swiss one isn't, in my experience.
Not a fan of dark chocolate.
But Atlantic, you probably missed Haley's debate.
Haley's debate?
Yeah, Haley debated AJ today.
Oh, I did. What happened?
No, I posted a clip about it, but it was insane, and Haley has hers posted too. It was just like, yeah, it was insane.
Oh, I missed that. But anyways, I'll check it out later. The point is that like when I give them that hypothetical analogy, whatever, they get the point of what it means, right? But the last two were like, no, I don't believe in those statistics. I'm like, what statistic? The 1 in 3, the 1 in 4. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Answer my question. Would you eat out of this fucking chocolate box? I'm like, obviously not. Well, then you get that. To you, it's all fucking chocolate, even though the majority is not fucking poisoned.
Yeah, people are just so sensitive about that. It's fucking.
And then I got fucking banned.
Yeah, keep cursing. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm just fucking upset. Like, TikTok, ugh. Anyways, let me shut up. I'm gonna drop now.
Wait, Nicole, which one of these people were in Twilight?
Byrne? No.
Oh my God, Bex, thank you. Gabriel Byrne was not in Twilight.
No,
I don't know if
probably
any
not.
of them were in Twilight.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I get very sensitive about Dracula because I don't know how the fuck Dracula became Transylvanian. More cultural goddamn appropriation from the Irish. It's really annoying, to be honest with you. People stole Halloween from us, then they stole St. Paddy's Day, and then they fucking stole Dracula from us.
Wait,
Very
was
annoying.
Dracula supposed to be an Irishman because he was like
Yes!
super pale, couldn't go in the sun, and
No shit!
I
yeah.
can.
It's literally written about Irish demons. Like there's mythology about these type of people who we used to, in order to kill them, we'd have to bury them upside down
The
to stop them from
fairies.
crawling up again. And like I don't understand how the hell it became all about Transylvania. It's
But
absolutely crazy to me.
what part of Ireland is Dracula from? I mean, what were they originally from in Ireland?
I mean, they're all over Ireland. They're not. It's
Oh,
not Vlad the Impaler. That was retconned. Bram Stoker didn't know shit about Vlad the Impaler. There's no evidence Bram Stoker knew anything about Vlad the Impaler. Why would an Irishman know about Vlad the Impaler, for God's sake? Makes no sense.
you're getting
I
quite
don't know
passionate.
how the assholes from Transylvania pulled this off, but it's the greatest goddamn cultural heist ever.
I think Daniel Day-Lewis would be a good Dracula. I don't know, maybe.
He'd be magnificent. I
Yeah,
agree with you there.
yeah. So yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis. I'd say like My Left
There's
Foot,
even a church. There's
and
even literally a church in Dublin that Bram Stoker used to go to, and in the basement, there's corpses down there. And when
Wait,
you go into that
real?
basement, it literally feels like the setting for a Dracula film.
Wait, real corpses?
Yeah, I mean they're now skeletons. Back then, there was
That
still flesh on them
like
though when
without
he
a
was around.
casket?
Yeah, just sitting around.
Just center like the catacombs.
Not quite. They have some metal grating in front of them so you can see them, but you can
Do
reach out and grab
do you
them.
have a picture of it?
You fucking freak.
Wait, what?
I'll
What?
send you the name of it. You can look it up.
wait, what's the
It's on the
movie
north
that?
side of
What's
the
the movie
You
that he's in?
fucking
That's
freak.
he's in like the IRA. Which movie is that?
In the Name of the Father.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if that was the name.
That
Wait,
was a
really
great
fast.
film.
Ray, hi everybody.
Hey, Ken,
Hi
what's going on?
Irish.
Uh,
Is Atlantic still in here? Because I really want to tell Atlantic something. But
Atlantic, are you still here? Atlantic.
one going
Gabella.
once,
I
going
think she
twice.
just wanted to come in and shout.
I know. I just wanted to. I made her that background with my sorry, with my fucking with my topics on it, and I heard that she got beaned, and I wanted
It
to
wasn't
tell
because
her
of
that
that.
that's yeah. I wanted to tell her that's going to happen a lot with those topics. But I'll just message her in the Discord. I literally saw her in here. And then I was like, "Ooh, I got to go on my backup and request." And then she wasn't in here anymore. And I was like, wow, okay.
In order to avoid my backdrop from getting taken down, what do we think about me adding the O's, the I's? Does that help?
Yeah.
Should shit be
Uh,
censored too?
Would that word really do it?
Yeah.
I don't want to have
No,
to put poo up there because
No, but
shooting the
just put
poo
an
doesn't have the same ring
exclamation
to it.
point for the I
I don't think we need to
or a
do
dollar
that.
sign for the S.
Bex, it can't say shooting the poo. I can't do that.
No, I literally think I think it's fine. Like we curse on live all the time. And to be quite fair, like you and Mac use a lot of like uncensored words. Like you guys don't censor
wait,
a lot of your words.
I don't think
We
it's
don't
about
at all.
shit though. I think it's the first word, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
I mean,
would
that's
think
why
it's
I've
the
got
first
the
word.
eyes.
Yeah, but I
Do you
don't
know
know.
I had to draw the fella because I couldn't find one that had a fella and a woman? So I had to give the fella, I had to like draw or mark out the
Hmm.
dress because it was two women. I
Yeah.
don't know if that is anti-woman of me or not. I don't think it
Yeah,
is.
that's a little anti-woman. You should have just left the two women.
Well, it makes no sense for me. Then
It's
who am I
also
in this
kind of
conversation?
homophobic. It's also kind of homophobic.
But I don't get to participate then if it's two women, and
Well,
it
not
only makes
everything's
sense.
about you.
I did keep it pink. I thought that
That's
was like
red. Are you colorblind?
I did slightly do the contrast in order to make it a bit more neutral. I didn't know that would be picked up on. Okay, so it's no longer pink. It is red now.
It's red, Fred.
Okay, all right, good to know.
Okay, so not only do you want to make the background red / pink, you're anti-woman, I mean homophobic, I mean, Jesus Christ.
These are all lies, all slander, and I don't stand for any of it. Oh, God damn it. Hang on. I got a violation.
Oh,
Did
dang.
you really?